Hello, everyone. Welcome to this new live session of Customily. We are going to get started in just 1 minute when we let in the rest of the attendees. In the meantime, let's play some music.
Yo, online store owners, listen up now. I'm about to drop some knowledge, show you how Customily, the best app in town. Let me tell you why, so you can wear the crown. Then you can wear the crown. Personalization is the name of the game. Give your customers that personalized fame. Customized products so unique and cool. Spread the word, don't be a fool. With Customily, the store will stand out. The possibilities, there's no doubt. From t-shirts to mugs and everything in between, your customers will feel like a dream.
Okay, welcome all to this new live session. It's a very special, very interesting live session, and we're going to get started right now. Now, for those who don't know me, my name is Jose. I'm going to be your host today, but I'm not alone here. Back end and on the chat, we have some team members. You have seen their faces now. They have been participating in live sessions, but they're always there with you on the chat. So welcome Cecilia and Ezequiel as well. And today we have a very special live session. Like I said, we're going to meet one of our partners. Okay, today's joining us Christopher from Teelaunch. And Christopher is none other than Teelaunch founder. So I'm really excited to invite him to join me on stage today to talk about his amazing company. Then we're going to do a live tutorial, and so you can learn how to create and sell Teelaunch products with Customily. And of course, we will have a Q&A time at the end of the session. But remember, you can ask questions along the way on the chat, and we're going to try our best to answer them. Okay, so to get started, we're going to give stage to Christopher. Yeah.
I got it now. Sorry. All right. I appreciate you having me on today.
Thank you for being with us today, Christopher. Welcome to this. You're live, just so you know. Okay, I'm going to also give you the control on the presentation so you can tell us more about yourself and Teelaunch.
Thank you so much. So yeah, Teelaunch has been around for a long time. We just celebrated our 11th anniversary in April. So we're kind of, one of the OGs in the print-on-demand space. And this January, we actually were acquired by District Photo, which gave us we're already a good company, but it made us even better. Because now we have global manufacturing. We have 3 facilities in the U.S., Teelaunch facilities, one in the U.K., one in the Czech Republic, and one in Australia, which really gives us a kind of a worldwide coverage for all of the Teelaunch products. So again, what makes us different? We have factory direct pricing now because as a part of District Photo, we have the ability to offer you pricing that we couldn't before because now that we're part of their network, we can give you factory direct pricing. Also unparalleled expertise. Like I said, we've been around for 11 years. Most of our employees have been around for 5 to 9 years. Like we really have put a lot of energy into understanding how to make print-on-demand stores from Etsy to Shopify to now TikTok. How to make it work for you. Again, we're trying to, we have the products that everybody does, the staples, mugs and t-shirts and that stuff. But we're really trying to kind of up our game a bit too, and offer you products that you've probably never seen before in a print-on-demand app. Yeah, mugs are always popular. Amazing. I mean, no matter what, No matter, any Father's Day, Mother's Day, Christmas, birthdays. I mean, mugs are just a staple that'll never ever go out of style. Our capacity is unmatched. I think at Christmas we did over 100,000 mugs in a day. So we have the ability to scale to meet any of your successes when something goes viral. T-shirts, same thing. We're really we've been, when we first started, that's why it's called Teelaunch. We just did T-shirts, and so we've always kind of kept that competency and quality that you're looking for with T-shirts. Again, we really try to find products that you've never seen before, because obviously print-on-demand is very competitive. Selling the same products that everyone else does can sometimes be difficult. So we try to give you these unique products that you've probably never seen. We've launched a product every week for the last, I don't know, dozen weeks. And so we're going to keep every week, we're going to give you something new. Last week was woven blankets. This week, today, is going to be buttons. So woven blankets, again, they can either be a blanket or some sort of wall hanging. Really high quality, really unique product that our customers really love. Custom cut acrylic signs, again, it's a product that we really, although it exists in the market, we really took it to the next level. And everything is produced in South Dakota in our laser etching facility.
You should know most of these products that are in Customily right now integrated, and trying to keep up with Christopher's production and launching. Customily will be integrating many of the products you see right now.
Yeah, we got to catch up, but you can still manually fulfill any of the Teelaunch products through Customily. We just launched these. These have a texture of a football, a basketball, and a softball. Really unique gifts. We've seen a lot of people that do well on Etsy selling to teams. Just launched these in the last month, but gone over extremely well. Again, it's a live plant. We have little cactuses to other little things, and it's a laser etch pot. Like I said, they've been going like crazy on Etsy. Puzzles.
Sorry, what's the material of those pots?
It's like ceramic. Yep. So it's a really heavy duty, really high quality. I mean, when they get it, they feel like it's worth what you paid for it. Yeah. Puzzles. I mean, we own puzzles. I mean, we have invested so much money into being able to scale puzzles to any level. We had one customer that went crazy for Mother's Day and was selling thousands of puzzles a day, and we easily kept up with it. So
I love it how you throw a number and then you say a day.
Yeah,
every day.
Our capacity is insane. Like we produce a lot of photos, photo books, gifts like mugs and blankets and stuff, and we do billions of items a year. I mean, our capacity is it's pretty hard to believe. Every time I go to the factory and I see the output, it's just, I don't even know how it's possible. But we've been doing it for, District 4 has been producing for 74 years, and they've just built up this competency to be able to scale to infinity. So really, really exciting.
Yeah, I mean, the scalability with Customily also will push this even harder, because I mean, you are reaching 4,000 plus customers that can connect to Teelaunch and just, I mean, fulfill with Teelaunch, not only on Shopify but also on Etsy. So it's endless what you can do. A comment on puzzles is actually something that has been seen to be quite popular, not only as mementos when it comes to family photos, but with our latest AI prompt release. Actually, you can craft any image that you can think of and type the description into a puzzle. So it's pretty much there's no two puzzles the same, basically.
Fantastic. Yeah, I love it.
That's great. Well, definitely the size and structure of Teelaunch is amazing. It's very interesting, the locations of your points of the factories and the distribution. So it's very amazing to see how the company is growing and how we keep integrating each new product with you. And like you said, you have products that none other POD has. That's very amazing, right?
Yeah.
And even before we fully automated the integrations, people were working with Customily and Teelaunch with a lot of products. I mean, doing the manual fulfillment, but now they have the automation, so it's even faster for them to connect and for you to get the files ready to go.
Yeah, exactly. And we've seen, I mean, personalization is probably 70% of our business. I mean, really, it shows the power of print on demand, making an item that's completely unique to that person. So we've definitely seen, Customily being a really important partner, because that is what sells right now. They want it to be unique, special, and custom. And so you make it really easy to facilitate that. So.
Yeah, and with that, and with the key, I think it will be great to show attendees how easy that is to connect. Of course, first of all, I would like to know if you'd like to add something else about the company, about yourself, and your experience so far in the customization business.
Yeah, so I mean, it's really it's when we first started 11 years ago, nothing was customized or personalized, and now we've seen it every year. It grows and grows and grows. That customers really, really, really want it. From Etsy to Amazon to eBay to everything. I mean, that they really just are tired of static products. They don't want a "I love mom" mug. They want "I love Jane" mug. Who is my mom? They really want a way to really show the sentiment behind the gift, and customization really, really, really does that. So that's why it was very important for us to integrate with you last year, because we had so many customers like begging us, like, please help us make it easier.
Yeah.
Because obviously at Christmas, when it gets busy, to do things manually is not sustainable. So
No,
we're
it's
really
definitely.
excited when we made the connection, and we're working really hard to get these new products into the automation, and we're just really excited to be your partner.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone here can remember when you had to put up the images, I don't know, in PowerPoint, because that was like the design tool. Send over, get the proof, approve, change, and just picture myself going through the license plates and the keychains looking for my name. Right. Well, I mean, that's a long way past, and considering what we're doing today, not only picking something or typing something knowing that it's going to be done like that, but one step ahead is actually previewing that. It's quite a difference, and not only just for Customily as what we do, but as the customer itself. I mean, I have purchased things and personalized things, and having that flow definitely is a game changer. So having a partner that will also guarantee you that you will get what you've seen in excellent quality and in fashionable time, it's priceless.
Yep.
Mhm.
Love it.
Okay, well, please stick with us, and as we're going to show a bit more about Customily and Teelaunch, right? So let me show you how we can connect to Teelaunch, right? So for that, I will share my screen for a second. Okay, and take you to Teelaunch, right? So let me know if you can see my screen, if you can hear me well with the screen sharing. Great. So this is the Teelaunch dashboard, and whenever you get your account with Teelaunch, what you need to do is get to the account section at the top right corner, go to settings, and in the settings area, you will see a group of sections in which you can change some settings when it comes to account and packing. But if you keep scrolling down, there's a section passing the billing and passing the branding, the order. Okay, so here it is, developer settings. Here's where you can generate or renew your API token. That's what you need to generate. You need to create it once, then click to copy or just drag and copy, and that's the information you need to connect to Customily. So when you get to Customily, in here at the start section, all you have to do is get to the settings at the top middle of the screen. You see the 4 main sections. Go to settings. With the 5 tabs you will see on the settings area, you will go to integrations. And in here, as we have done with, you have seen on some previous live sessions, you need to first pick the provider, the POD, in this case Teelaunch. Click to enable the integration, and it will show up on your list. And it will have all the fields ready for you to put in this case, the API key. So remember the API token that you took from Teelaunch, you paste it in here, and you, of course, save the settings, and it will turn green, right? And that's it. You're now fully integrated. I mean, it's going to validate the API key, and that's it. You're now connected to Teelaunch, and you will be able to create products using their catalog in Customily and fulfill automatically whatever order gets purchased, right? So let's try that out. Let's go to the start section. Remember, if you have questions on the way, you can always put them on the chat. We can repeat things. And in here, in the start section, we're going to create a new product. Now, when we create a new product, we're going to find Teelaunch here and access the catalog that is currently integrated. There's a lot of products available. We have mugs, we have t-shirts, we have fleece blankets. The idea is to add also more more products, as Christopher said. Remember from our previous live session, we talked about the mugs, the one side, the two sides, the accent mugs, and also, well, the puzzles that Christopher mentioned, that they're own the puzzle customization industry, so that's amazing. But they also have journals, and they have ornaments and posters. But I wanted to try something like Christopher said, these products that nobody else has, right? It's very interesting. So one of the ones that we liked most are the sublimation plates. So I'm going to click on the sublimated plate. It's going to give me the available variants for this product. In this case, this is you can actually offer a single, a set of 2, or a set of 4. We're going for the set of 4, right? But basically, this is a variant that controls quantities, not exactly designs or colors or any other or sizes, right? So this product, well, it's set up like this, and we respect that from Teelaunch. So you have that available right from the beginning. So, I mean, it's very interesting because if you want to personalize each plate instead of 4 of the same or 2 of the same, you can offer the single variant, and that will be very interesting. So customers can actually customize a plate, add to cart, and keep doing so until they filled out all the set, but they are all different. But that's very interesting. So once we are all set with the product, we're going to click next. And as always, we get to pick from our designs or the Customily pre-made designs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick from the Customily designs. So you know how easy it can go. We're still on the Father's Day kind of impulse. So I'm going to the dad section, and let me check. Any one of these will look pretty cool. But well, we used this the last time, so let me go with the other one that had the hand. That was very interesting. Maybe it was the couples. Oh, yeah, we're going to try a different celebration and go with this one. Yeah, you and me, we got this. Yeah, I think this one. Yeah. So we're going to click this, and it's going to generate the template and the new listing on my store. Remember, I'm doing this on Shopify, but Etsy actually works the same way. It integrates with Teelaunch. You create a listing, you create a templates and the option set, and everything is automated and API connected. So whenever you put an order on Etsy and you do the customization, it will go straight to Teelaunch for fulfillment. Okay, let's see how this turned out to be. We're customizing a plate, right? So there you go. This will be a great seller. Let's try and play around with the options just in case. So the text colors can be black and white. In this case, we may want to stick with the black, right? Maybe want to put something funnier on the quote, but these are, well, this is all customly made, so you can play around with this. I'm just trying to see how this customization has been integrated to the Teelaunch plate. So I'm going for try a couple of changes on the hands. Oh, we're going to change the backgrounds. That depends on the, I'm going to go with this one. And the date, well, today is June 12, 2024. Whoops. Yeah, so it's today. Right, no, that will be too early, right? Let's go with this. Yeah, celebrating 4 years. And type something and see how, as always, it automatically updates the preview. Before we save this and check out this on our front end, I'm going to keep this as my new main listing image by clicking on the set image, product image here. And so it doesn't get confused with other products that may have the same name, I'm going to click on the edit product details, right? Christopher, how much do you think I should charge for this? Okay, well, I'm going to wing it in. It's a set of 4, right? We chose that, so let's say $40, right? So to say something, and that's it. We have saved the product, and we have we are all ready to publish this right away if we want to start selling, just like that. Let's click publish, and now we are taken straight to the front end. Whenever customers personalize this, add to cart and checkout, these will go straight to Teelaunch for fulfillment. Let's check it out. Oops. It was my own security. And that's it. That's our product right there, loading Customily, and our provider is Teelaunch. Now, what if we want to create our own design? We always try to do that in the live sessions and try another type of product. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to check any questions. Oh, what about the description of the product, material, size, etc.? Well, basically, that's something you can do in Customily the moment you put that together. But then if you want to add that, basically what Customily puts is this message: Customily manual template product, nothing more. But remember, this is a Shopify or Etsy listing. So basically all you have to do is jump to the back end of your store, like this one right now, find the product. This has been already created. In this case, I may want to sort by created newest. So we see this live session sublimated plate. Just by clicking here, I can type whatever description I want. Okay, this description can be looked for on the Teelaunch page, for example, right? So if we go for yeah, I would think it's home goods, or maybe we can just search for that. Check if it's on the kitchenware. Yeah, plate. So here we can check all the information, right? We can see, we can put this as the part of the description. Let's pull this just so. Yeah, here. Yep, and there you go. That's great. I can save this. I can even add more media, right? Maybe this design, we already have a demo, and we can put it on Teelaunch to get some mockups and add them to the gallery. That's always something you can do. This is a listing from Shopify. You can modify the price. You can set up You can even change the title of the variants and change the SEO link, right? Right now, my URL is Sublimated Play 2, but maybe you can change that to customize multiple, depends on the title. But this is any regular Shopify or Etsy listing, so changes can be applied any way you know better than me. I'm just going to save it, and that's it. But it was an excellent question. Let's refresh. And now we get the description. I mean, we get the customization, and just one run again. Oh, there you go. And that's it. That's the description. Everything you can think of can be here at any point. Okay. So let's create another product, but we're going to be using a pre-made design, right? So as we have mentioned before, and let me take you to the start again. So I want to create a new product, right? I want to go to Teelaunch, and I want to find, well, we talk about blankets, right? So let's say we are going to pick the Sherpa fleece blanket. This product has two sizes, meaning it has two variants, right? Implying two templates to print in the right size. Picking both of them, Customily will do the rest. But we need to put together a nice design. And remember what we have talked about. Customily is an asset manager, not an asset creator. So if we are thinking about a new design and we have some ideas in our head, the idea would be to put them together in a graphic design software. I mean, and we're talking about Photoshop or GIMP, any Inkscape, any software that can be used as a graphic design, or more popular, Canva. So in Canva, we created this design. Actually, this is the design put together in pieces. Let me show you the actual design already created. Let me get to the start again and show you the design we made for today. As you can see, the idea is not to create the design from scratch and showing you step by step, but again, always happy to get that feedback if you want to know how we did this. But basically, we have a frame, right? And this frame actually has, the frame here has actually some color choices, right? We have black, the blue, and the pink, okay? And this frame allows us to put up to 8 image placeholders. This is a design to upload 8 images, 8 custom images from our customer, from our shoppers. And we have placed another object as a design, which is the heart. So the pick heart color also, so we can match the heart with the frame. Yeah. And we added some nice things to the heart. We have the ears together, and we have the 2 names, right? These are curved texts. This is a straight text, just like that. Yeah, so how did we put this together? So remember, when we think about an idea, we need to find a way to break it into pieces for Customily. For example, in Canva, what we did was we created the frame with the 8 spaces in all 3 colors, as you see here. And then we decided to create separately the heart in the 3 colors as well. Of course, when we created the heart in Canva, we didn't put any custom text because the custom text is added in Customily, so shoppers can personalize those parts. So if we have 3 colors available, customers can pick the colors. If we have also custom texts, then shoppers will be able to type, for example, ears 15, and each other for 15 ears. Yeah. I don't know, something like that. Well, sorry, that will be 1 ear. So, no. And we have one example will be this, and another one could be this, like that, right? So, customers we'll type the custom text, we'll type the weeks, and we'll upload all the photos, just like that. Okay, and that's our design. We have that ready. And as you can see, we created this design in the 600 by 800 size, right? So let's go to the start. Okay. Going to share this later so you can replicate this, no problem. And let's create a new product. Let's go to Teelaunch and let's find the Sherpa fleece blanket. Okay. 50 by 60 and 60 by 80 don't have the same proportion. So most likely what will happen is, since our design is 60 by 80, when Customily tries to fit this to 50 by 60, there will be some empty space, I think, on the top and bottom, right? But one piece of advice is have these frames ready to go also in 50 by 60, so you can later replace those in the 50 by 60 version. It's always better to start with the biggest size and try to keep the proportions together. So, for example, if I later were to create a 40 by 60 or 30 by 40 blanket, that has the same proportion as 60 by 80. Basically, by dividing 80 by 60, I get the proportion rate. And as long as it's the same rate, Customily will keep shrinking the original design and proportions will stay and everything will fit perfectly. But if it doesn't, never panic, because it's just a matter of proportions and you can just replace the background with another that has the right proportions. In fact, if you know you're missing, let's say, some space on the top and on the bottom, what you need to do is create the same version in 50 by 60, but never change the position of this or the size of this. Just add some extra space on the top and bottom. I mean, it's as simple as that. You don't have to get that complicated, right? But it's important to know, because I'm pretty sure you want to sell both sizes, want to offer them. So never stop creating something on the 60 by 80. It's very easy to fix on the 50 by 60. So we pick two variants, we click next, and we pick from your designs, right? And in here, we're going to find the design with the Sherpa and the pictures and the heart. There you go. We start the process again. A new listing will be created. Again, this can be on Etsy as well as Shopify. And the two templates will be created, one 50 by 60 in print and another 60 by 80. So Teelaunch gets the right product, the right size to print. Okay, a question. Can you show us an example of the resizing option you're talking about? Yes, I can. Once this is finished, the idea was to show you the outcome and show you what could be very easy to modify. Let's see how the how the rendering goes on. All right, great. So that's the mockup. As you can see, we can change the color, just like that. Very easy. The heart as well. Now we will have the heart to change according to the background, right? In fact, we will not have this. Well, I mean, you may want to have this as a combination. So basically you can have the pink frame and the blue heart. But if you want to have those two coordinated, it is possible with Customily. And let me show you. Well, here we have the, this is just a sample. So here are each select image is the placeholder. So let me go with, I don't know, number 3. And let's put a let's put an image just to check how this looks, just like that. Remember, you can always adjust this any way you want in the front end. Any customer will be able to do this all the time. Yeah, but what if I want to coordinate these two colors, right? You always get that chance. Let me check if this is working. Yeah, it's working. And everything is working. So let's change a couple of things to make this super working. For that, we go to the edit options, right? So we realize we want this to be, it doesn't feel right. So let's change it really quickly. So let's click on edit options, and it takes you to the options that customers will preview. So I'm going to click on the preview options in here to toggle this, and I get this. So I want to grab this pick hard color, yeah, this option, which is number 2, and combine this with the number 1, which is the pick background color, right? So the pick background color, if we check the functions here, is connecting to dynamic image number 1. It's the first option we created on the design. So you had the ID number 1, and we put all 3 colors in there. But also the there you go. You have the image 1, the image 2, and the image 3. Yeah. In the heart, which is the second option, has a Customily function, which is pretty much the same, but it's the image number 2. So these 3 buttons control the image number 2 and show us different options, and this one controls the image number 1. So what if we take both functions into one single option? So we come all the way up, and in this pick background color, along with the Customily function of this dynamic image 1, we add another function that is dynamic image 2, and that's it. Now you're controlling with the single option, you're controlling this and this all together. So you don't need the hard color anymore. All we have to do is, we don't want to delete this, so maybe we can find the checkbox here to hide the option. That's perfect. Let's beautify this a bit more. By default, we always trying to put the thumbnail of the exact design. But in here, we are picking colors, so we always get the chance to modify this. So if I were to click to open, I get to see the thumbnail and the title. Title should be black, definitely. And if I remove the image, I automatically switch to colors. So now I can pick the color that I want, in this case, black. Yeah, that's it. Or you can put the code here. In this case, code is, no, it's, yeah, as black as they can go. Okay. And then we go to the image number 2, which is sort of a blue. And we change the hue area here, and we look for the blue that it kind of resembles this. And we remove the image, so now we have the blue. Finally, on the last one, this is the pink. We need to remove the image, and we need to find the pink option. Kind of like that. If you have the code or the RGB, that's even faster for you. So just like that. We are all set. We can, let me just reset this so you see the changes. Basically this now will have black, blue, and pink. So now let's scroll down and save it. And we are back to the product that we have not published yet. We are just doing some final tweakings to be happy with the end result. Now the options look more nice, right? They look nicer. And if I click on the blue, they change together. The same goes with the pink, because we combine the 2 functions. That's a very nice trick to have this working. Let's change the title. Always try to change the title so you don't lose track of your products. Products are always created with the name of the product from Teelaunch. So always try to change that so you don't get many versions of the same. And let's click publish. Just like that. Now, when this is published, you get to see this right on the store. And let me show you what happens with the other size, with the 50 by 60. Okay. So basically, Customily created the new listing, created the template and the options, but very interestingly here in the product variants, because we have 2 variants, Customily actually created 2 templates, one for the 60 by 80 and one for the 50 by 60. So if we preview the product, right? This is basically the design. And if I change 50 by 60, I'm changing the template. Okay. And you see how it's it has cropped a bit of the size. That's the proportion thing I mentioned, but this is something you can fix. If I take you here to Customily again, to the product section, I can find that 50 by 60. Click on the blue box to open this. And well, click to edit, and it will show you what happened to the print. So basically, this 50 by 60 has been cropped perfectly, right? So if I select everything, this is the right shape, but maybe the mockup is not exactly 50 by 60. So apparently the proportions are the same. It Customily fixed this and adjusted perfectly, but it could be that the mockup is not that precise. So in that case, you can always change things about the design. All you have to do is grab everything except the product and the mask, and maybe you can just shrink it a bit to show, right? In any case, if you're not happy with the mockup, you can always change it because you have the power to change in the product colors or in the mask, whatever you want, right? But in the end, this will print correctly because you saw that in this. It's just a matter of adjusting how you show things. And that's always in your power, so don't forget about that. We have a question that says, how are the active areas that are editable defined? The whole step of creating the template and establishing editable areas seems to be glossed over and is the most important part. And well, I created an image in Canva or Photoshop, and Customily just knows what areas are editable. What is the process of creating editable areas? Okay, the process is basically, well, your criteria. Now, in here, I show you how you can create things separately on Canva. Actually, from Canva, all I want is this as a graphic, as a PNG, this frame. The rest of the pieces put together is basically me. Let me just throw this again to the design so I can show you better. It's me adding the rest of the information. How do I know which part is customizable and which one is not? Well, basically, this is my design, so I made it up at the first time, right? I mean, I decided that my black frame was going to be, will have these empty spaces, right? And I was going to create these items in Customily that will cover precisely those empty spaces that I created. In the first live session we did this year, in which we talk about the new features, I showed you that there's a new feature in which we can import a PSD file, a Photoshop file. So if instead of Canva, you're working with Photoshop, you can have all this together in one single file, and Customily can help you select which things you want to import. So if you have all these text elements and image elements, when you import those from Photoshop, you can assign the functions. Basically, you can click here to import a PSD file, right? Right here, import PSD, upload PSD, right? And I can grab any one of these, and it's going to read the layers, and it's going to ask me, okay, so all these layers, which ones will be dynamic images, which ones will be text elements, right? So if I have these texts, this curved text to be the fur kid, the two kid, I can assign these elements from Customily. If I have the frames or the heart, I can be dynamic images. And if I have the white spaces for the image uploads, I can just put that as image placeholders. Customily will do the rest of the importing together. So when creating your own designs, keep in mind those things. Depending on your tool, you can put together an entire design full of customizations and import that as a Photoshop file in Customily. Or if you're working with Canva, and Canva, we are still not able to fully import, but you can break it into pieces like I did and export everything. And then whatever you know is customized, you add it in Customily, because at the end of the day, like we said, you have these tools available. You have the text boxes and the cover text, placeholders and dynamic elements, just like that. So this has nothing more than what you see here, just like that, in different combinations. Well, I hope that answers the questions. And definitely this opens up, I think we tried that. Yeah, we had our product live and working. Yeah. And I think we are ready to open the Q&A, as you have kindly done so far. Let me check what questions we have. We have a question for Chris. Sabrina's asking, which would you say is your very best product in terms of quality and success, right? So pick your favorite child.
That's very difficult. I mean, the quality in every product is good. I mean, really, it's man, that's a tough one. I mean, if you're just starting out, the easiest ones are like coffee mugs and T-shirts, because that's something that is easy to design for, and it's kind of something that the end customer really understands and would want. Some of the other products, plants and plates, and there's a little bit of a learning curve to market those. So I would start with the mug and a T-shirt.
Mm. Yeah. Also, like you said, it's also a matter of marketing that, right?
Yes. Yep.
Mm. Let me check for the questions. One for me. Teelaunch, will you be launching metal art for UK anytime soon? It's on the plans. Yes. Right now, if you want to fulfill with metal art,
I think what they're sorry. I think what they're asking is we'd only ship to the US for metal signs. Yeah. So it's one of those things where we've tried, and they don't make it there, even to Canada. So I don't think there's any near-term solution for that. So.
Okay. Well, one issue will be the shipping part, right? The integration part is on the way also, if you eventually want to work with with metal signs. Right now, the fulfillment is manual, but we have a lot of people selling, using Customily, and also selling metal signs. The thing is, they need to craft the template as the previous question they mentioned that. I mean, that process of the template, that was the most important. Yes, you do that for the metal signs, and you connect to any product that has been created with Teelaunch, and that's it. You need to do that manually for the moment, but that's a technical thing we are figuring out. The shipping part to the UK, well, that's another thing. Cynthia, is each type of product produced in the USA at different locations?
Yes. So there's every product is in the US for sure, and then we do have some that are created in our other facilities, and so on each product, it will tell you where it ships from, and we're adding more products all the time from the other locations, because we're kind of still integrating their catalogs. So by the end of the year, there'll be a lot more stuff shipping from the UK and Czech Republic and Australia.
And Patricia wants to know if you ship to Canada.
We do, yes, yep. We ship everywhere, yeah.
Check. Sabrina's asking, those have a lot of competition when we're talking about mugs and T-shirt. She's kind of a beginner, she says, but she was actually looking for something that was not a mug or a T-shirt that may have a great quality and best selling.
Yeah, so I mean, tumblers do really well, especially the new ones that we added, the tumblers and the water bottles. You know, they still do have a lot of competition on Etsy, but there are ways to kind of find your niche. You know, really looking for long tail keywords that other people aren't designing products for. So really, yeah, LED signs have been doing really great lately because again, there's not as much competition on those. Again, plates and platters. Like for Father's Day, we sold just an enormous amount of platters for your dad and grilling. So it's one of those things where you just kind of have to experiment. You know, do your research. If you're on Etsy, you're like Everbee, you can go on there and see what's selling. Shopify is a bit more difficult because you have to using probably Facebook ads to drive traffic. So um, metal signs are great. They're kind of hard to if you're a newbie to design for because you have to kind of understand. It's kind of a black or white design, so you have to design for that specifically. But we sell, thousands and thousands of metal signs, so they're a good one too.
Yeah. I think there's actually one attendee that created an order on a metal sign together with me on a Zoom call, and then send me a photo of that
Uh-huh.
hanging on the wall. So mission accomplished. I mean, uh, at the end of the day, yeah, those are very popular. Like I said, you can have the live preview with Customily. Just the fulfillment will not follow the automations that you may have with all the printing products. To Chris, when setting up your provider in Etsy, do we need a location zip code? What do you use?
We use our headquarters, so 57104 is what we usually tell people, because it'd be really difficult um, to accurately do where it comes from because there are some redundancies. So in the U.S., we can ship mugs from Kentucky or Phoenix. So, but we've never had a problem with just putting our headquarters zip code.
Okay, that's great because I mean, clearly this attendee is working with Customily and also working with Etsy and Teelaunch. And Etsy requires you to have a production partner, right? As long as setting up the API key on the back end of Customily. So with those two steps, you get to do the automations, and the production preview asks you for an address. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very 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 important to know. Um, sorry. Ron wants to know how long is the production time and delivery, and also will it be via UPS or USPS? Any availability for FedEx or FedEx Priority in the US?
Sure. So we only have one shipping method. We kind of do the lowest cost for our customers, and it really varies by product. And we use UPS Mail Innovations or DHL e-commerce, which is basically the post office still delivers it, but the other companies kind of take it and then drop it off at the post office. We do have some direct USPS, and so it kind of just it all depends on where it's shipping from. And we are working on ways to offer more options now with the district partnership to give faster shipping methods.
So you would say that the production time, I mean, you mentioned that it's pretty fast. Is the delivery
Yeah,
depending on the product?
yeah. Each product has it listed. So as a general rule, 3 to 5 days is 90% of the products, but there are some things like plates and backpacks and that could take longer. So, but yeah, just look in the app at at each product, and it'll tell you.
Right. So Sabrina wants to know, metal products look great. Yes, they do, but they don't have great reviews on YouTube. They often arrive bended, and there is no refund in that case. True or not? Sorry, Alex.
No. So again, the actual percentage of signs that arrive damaged is very small. Obviously, it's not a great experience for the customer. So that the upset ones, post a lot of stuff about how bad it is. But if you look at the numbers, it's a very small percentage. And for us, if it's bent, the powder coating flakes off, or there's something wrong with it, we always do a refund or replacement. So unless it's like a slight bend that can easily be pushed back together. But again, we're very, very cognizant of how your customers react, and so our customer service is is pretty reactive to give you a replacement or a refund.
Okay. There's a question for both of us. The workflow doesn't feel totally clear now that free are at play. I thought I had to put orders on hold for Teelaunch to personalize for my Etsy shop. Um, I mean, I think you can correct me, Christopher. There's a way for you to put on hold orders on T-Launch in general, right? Well, Customily pushes to T-Launch is the order itself, not the eventual fulfillment, if the merchant may have a choice not to fulfill until they clear that or authorize that, maybe.
Yeah, so the hold feature is for if you're manually fulfilling orders, you're creating the print file manually. So what happens is you when the order comes in, it's on hold, and then you create the file in Photoshop or Canva, and then you replace that file on the individual order. But with Customily, it's using our API and it sends through the actual print file that you need. So there's no reason to put it on hold and you don't have to do anything. So if it's a product that you create in Customily, it's an automatic fulfillment. You don't have to put it on hold or do anything. If it's one that doesn't exist, yeah, you have to hold the order, replace the personalized file, and then send it to production. So.
Yeah, that's exactly correct. I mean, the manual process is what we usually did with the new automations, right? You don't have to worry about that, not either for Etsy or for Shopify. I don't know if that was kind of the question that Tina wanted. In the meantime, we have another one from Cynthia. Where do I see the return policy with T-Launch if product is defective?
Yeah, so it's in our help desk. We'll have that. But basically, at the end of the day, if it's something that the printing was wrong, it was misaligned, the underline blank has a problem, a hole in the shirt, we always take care of you. I mean, it's a very simple, easy process. So.
Well, that's far way better than what I have locally. So I mean, just with that attitude, that's enough. Never seen. I mean, getting reprinting and fixing, that's amazing. To be honest, I mean, looking at some products that I have seen from production, the quality barely has any chance of imperfections, right?
Exactly. Yeah, we really, we have, again, we're a big company that has a lot of layers. And so it's very rare that something gets out the door incorrectly, but it does happen. Obviously humans are in control of the process, but we definitely take care of our customers. So it's not an issue.
That's great. Okay, so how can a customer upload a picture on Customily? Etsy's customers can only send pictures to us with a text or email to us. Okay. Well, basically, let me show you really quickly. I'm going to share my screen very fast to show you basically what will happen. I mean, I did already, but it's a nice question. And remember, this is the product, right? So whenever you create what we call an image placeholder, which is the object that will give you this image, the shopper's photo here. Basically, this object called the placeholder allows shoppers to upload whatever they want. So when you get a product that has that object, Customily automatically creates this select image button, right? So if I were to click on any select image, it's going to open the browser on my it's going to open the browser on either my computer, on my phone, the gallery on my phone, and I can pick whatever I want, and it will get automatically put in the object that I created in my design. Just as simple as that. And for each image, you have controls at the bottom, and you also have touch controls and mouse controls to move around, resize, and rotate. Okay. And in case of Etsy, well, we have a different approach on Etsy. Remember, Etsy is actually a marketplace, not a shop itself. So your store, your Shopify store, is basically your space, and you create it and you shape it the way you want, and you put whatever app you want to boost your store the best way possible. Now, When it comes to Etsy, being a marketplace, you have rules, right? So you have a structure for the listing that is fair and equal to everyone, any merchant publishing on Etsy. And what you can do as integrating with Customily is providing services post-purchase. So what will happen is on any listing on Etsy, basically you will get the media gallery, you get the descriptions, whatever is variant, in this case, the number of names, which changes prices for this product, or the size, which also changes prices. Whatever variants the product may have that affects the price will be selected on Etsy. But when it comes to personalization, what we do in any Etsy listing is create and provide an image that tells you, right, or gives you the steps in the description in which you will see what happens after the purchase. So this particular example that I picked, this listing on Etsy connected to Customily, will have this description. Step 1, you choose the size and place the order, right? Step 2, you check your email and you get an email like this that says your Etsy order is ready to personalize. In fact, it will look like something like this, right? And in that email that comes from Customily, you have a link, and that link takes you to a particular page that will allow you to do the customization, just like you would do on Shopify. Basically, it's something like this. It's like an independent URL that gives you the preview and the options like anything else, right? This is basically how Customily works on Etsy. It works post-purchase. So whatever customers, shoppers will upload as their own images, they will do it after the purchase. Just as simple as that, right? In order for them to be confident on purchasing and everything and getting the email, and so Customily is pretty strong on that. And also, we encourage customers to use the tools on Etsy to promote the fact that they can customize this. Using the video is very common. So basically, you can record yourself customizing the product, right? And that way, you explain your shoppers how things work. Basically, you pick the product, you pick the price related and size related options, then you purchase, and you get an email to finish and submit the customization. In the case of Teelaunch, when you finish and submit the customization, the order is placed on Teelaunch the same way you are on Shopify, just like that. The only difference is you do the customization post-purchase, right? So whatever pictures customers will upload, they don't have to upload this on Etsy. They don't have to send an email. Everything will be managed on the customization, on the personalization link that Customily provides uniquely for each order. So you don't have to worry about that. It's the same intuitive and flow process. You get to see this. The only difference is you get to see this on an outside entourage after you purchase. Well, I hope that that answers that. Okay, this is the last question. Can you add dates to the plate you created before? The design from Customily? Yes. Every single design from Customily is a starting point. You can just create it, publish it, and sell. That's it. Or you can start from scratch by using a Customily design. So, for example, let's say I want to create that same plate, but instead of putting the plate, I also want to add an extra text. That's very simple to do in Customily. I can quickly show you. Just give me 1 second. Just so it gets recorded as well, like this. I go to the start section, and whenever I want to create something from scratch, entirely from my own files, I start creating a new design. But if I want to use a Customily design as a starting point, I pick the second choice, because this will basically give me a starting point of the Customily design. If you recall, this was the couples, and we had this this one, right? So I picked this. And what Customily does is creates a new design, imports all the pieces together, and you don't have to pick the product yet. You're still in the design process. So you have all the pieces of the design, and you can modify this any way you want, right? You see, we have altogether, we have the background, which is the common, the yes background, no background. Then we have the first hand. First hand has the each one of the pictures with the different tones. The second hand as well. They are organized this way. In fact, because of the way this is structured, so they bump into together. The thumb is side. The ring can change or not. We have the ring is actually another image. The couple's name, the date, and the titles, right? And so let's put a title here. Okay. Depending on the design. Okay, yeah, you have the years, right? And that's the date and the couple's names. And you have the same tools as we saw before, always here available to you. If you want them to actually put an image, you can create a placeholder and customers will put their own image. If you want them to type a text, just create another text element for the dates or for the names or whatever you want. This is entirely yours to create. You start from a custom design and then you let your imagination fly away. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure now Chris knows a lot more about Customily because he saw a boring tutorial. But
that was amazing. I've seen it before, but it's really powerful. I mean, it's crazy to think about. There's nothing it can't do, and the time it'll save you in creating personalized files is immense. So it's exciting to see.
Well, I mean, thank you for that. Definitely, it's once you get used to that and you love explaining, it's always nice to hear that it's actually as easy as you feel it is, right?
Yeah.
But in any case, whenever you get some doubts and some questions, don't forget we have these support channels. You can always send us an email. You can open a live chat in the app and also join our Facebook communities. People keep sharing information, answer and ask questions along the way. So that's very also great about the communities. They feed each other. That's great. And they will be talking a lot about Teelaunch. No questions there. And I want to thank Christopher for being here, for enduring this live session and sharing this amazing time with us. All the questions were answered, right?
Love it. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. And as you mentioned, mugs and t-shirts and canvas. Well, next time we're going to be using some of those popular products. And we're going to be using them with Steet Maps ideas. So stick around for the next live session. Check the chat to book your time. Christopher, we're going to be booking, but it's going to be an attendee. But if we see them around, we're going to give them stage again. Really, thank you again, Christopher, for your time today.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay, thank you all for joining today. See you next time. Bye-bye.